Hello everyone. So this is the fourth of the speech series of experiments that you are going to do under the deep learning practice course. So as I've said previously, speech is an important part of our everyday life. So it's if we can speak and get things done, it's a lot more easier, right? As opposed to typing some text, especially in Indian languages and so on, right? But most of the internet is available in English, and so when we communicate, for example, if I want to use ChatGPT or I want to use LLMs, speech is now an important mode apart from video and text images, right? So basically we want to speak instead of typing these prompts, right, and get the ChatGPT to interact with us. So that's called multimodal LLMs. But we are specifically looking only at the speech part. Speech can be applied to many different domains, one of which is of course in multimodal LLMs. Okay, so I have talked about three tasks that we have done till now. One was identifying a language, right? So for example, in India we have multiple languages. So as I start speaking, can you recognize the language so that you can have the appropriate agent attending to you, right? Or when I'm doing some kind of meetings, can I sort of partition or find out which speaker said what when, right? And so the which speaker spoke when is called the diarization. And you saw one video where there were two speakers, an interviewer and an interviewee, and it sort of picked up correctly the two speakers when they spoke, right? That extension of that idea is basically what we will be using for what's called voice biometrics, which essentially means that I will use your voice to identify you. Okay, so if I have a long 10,000 hours of audio picked up from the if I'm scraping the internet, or I'm actually tapping things on the border, right, and I have some kind of a person who's not something who I'm aware is might have some bad intentions, and therefore I want to see if that person spoke any time, right, and if he has given some signal for some bad things. So basically I can't listen to all those thousands of hours of video. Humans tire, right, and they make mistakes. So automatic systems can easily capture these guys and say, yes, this guy spoke and this is the interval in which he spoke, and this can be done very fast, right? So so voice biometrics can be used for banking, but it's not that reliable as fingerprint still, and therefore we can have it as a second mode of authentication, right? Third is of course the automatic speech recognition, which is converting speech to text. And we saw an example last time where you built a small system where whatever you gave the audio signal, it gave the corresponding text, right? So automatic speech recognition is the first half where you want to speak to a machine, you want to speak to an LLM, then you basically have the automatic speech recognition system giving you the text, and then the LLM takes text and processes it. But once the LLM gives an output, again in the form of text, if you don't want to use reading and writing, right, if you don't want to read what was said, but you want to hear it, right, so you ask a query, what are fun things to do in Mumbai, and it just repeats, says, oh, you can visit the Victoria Terminus or the Gateway of India, blah blah blah. That's much more intuitive, right, especially if you're using a mobile device, right? And so the way that you want to convert text back into speech is called text to speech, right, short form. It's obvious, right? And that's what we are going to talk about today, and we are going to talk about how that is, we're going to take a small sample example and try to implement it. As usual, we want to build systems at scale, right, and we have a lot of data. I keep telling you that we have enough data available freely, open source, with a lot of GitHub codes, etc. on our website asr.iitm.ac.in. okay. But what I'm going to show in a collab is, because you have limited compute power, we are going to take some pre-trained models, and on that we are going to take some limited amount of data and fine tune it so that you can do the experiment and see what is happening. Okay.